Alright, we should be good to go now. Can anybody in the chat hear me? First thing I want to make sure is that I got this audio down. A good balance between my voice and the game audio. So yeah, basically it's been a while since I've done a stream on YouTube. So I am back to see what improvements they have actually made to the live streaming experience. So basically this isn't gonna be too long of a stream. Basically what I'm gonna do is run through some of the things I do in Sonic Colors generally when I'm speedrunning the Egg Shuttle. So what I usually do is start off with a little warm up, go through all of the shortcuts and, well, I should say shortcuts / glitches in the game. And then I'm gonna actually do a no reset Egg Shuttle run for the people who are viewing today. Then after that I'm gonna close down the stream, see what it looks like on YouTube, things of that nature. So generally what I start out with is Sweet Mountain Act 4. One of my favorite breaks, not my favorite one though. Looks good. Boom. Lovely, lovely, lovely. So how is everybody in the chat doing today? Oh, I gotta look at something real quick. Oh, so they still working on that chat. That's a bummer. That's one thing that they really should get situated. In my opinion, that is a very important aspect of streaming, communicating with your chat. Hello DJ4 Miggy, how are you doing today? Alright, that's out of the way. So let me move on to probably the shortcut that I fear the most when I'm doing my Egg Shuttle runs, and that is Starlight Carnival Act 1, because this is a really tricky shortcut to get down. Primarily because you have to skip 2 automation triggers and do a relatively tough boost jump after that. Okay, cool. That's part 1. So I'm not automated on this section, which means I have the opportunity to jump over the next automation trigger, like so. And maybe, yes. Okay, I have to actually go back and hit this trigger. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. I'm always satisfied when I get that one. It's a lot tougher than it looks, if it doesn't already look tough already. You can't select 480p for quality. That's weird. Isn't it supposed to be like you can choose, I think, 240, 480, no, 240, 360, 480, and 720. Because the maximum I have is 720. I'm doing just fine today, DJ. for, Miggy. Thank you for asking. Pokemon on your phone. Got that Pokemon on the go. Cause, well, I mean, you know, obviously they have it for the portables, but the phone, you carry that with you everywhere. Yeah, I'm noticing problems with the chat. There was a workaround I had so I could at least keep up. I don't even know if I still have that program though. Let me see something real quick. Yes, I do. Lovely. Okay. So with this, I should be able to keep track of everyone. Alright, cool. Yeah, does anybody else have a problem choosing like different encoding settings? What's in Planet Wisp? Oh yeah, Act 6. I think I got this down now though. Hello, Sonic Boomclaw. And Eloy Rosario. And yes, I'm having fun now, but I'm about to have more when I get into this egg shuttle run. Whoa, that was wonky. Oh, that was a bad boost. Okay, let's try that again. It's like I'm almost 50-50 on this thing now. One day I will crack the code on this. I will figure out how this works. Alright. I think that's good. Yeah. And then the rest is pretty straightforward. Nothing wonky like the beginning. But yes, for everybody in the stream, please, if there are any problems, let me know. It's part of the reason why I'm streaming today. Okay, I see somebody saying they can't pick 720. So right now it seems like encoding issues. Also too, Alshon, regarding your question of me doing a 100% speed run of Sonic Heroes, I do not foresee that happening right now. Currently my situation with Sonic Heroes is getting down a single segment of Team Rose's story. That could possibly branch to me doing speedruns of other stories as well, and if it ever does get to the point where I do all of the stories in Sonic Heroes, then yes, then maybe then I would definitely take into consideration doing a 100% run, but that's completely out of the question until now. Well, my bad, not until now, but until that happens. Because in order to do a 100% speed run, I would have to actually know all of the stories. Okay, yeah, Aquarium Park. I usually do Act 2, which doesn't really have any breaks in it, but I like the platforming. Whoa, I don't like that. That's a rare occurrence if you jump and you're right next to some land that's at the same elevation of your jump. You'll immediately start running on it instead of running into the side, and that's the result. It doesn't happen too often, but you do have to be aware of it. The easiest way to prevent that from happening is to pretty much jump as far away from that one block as possible, without being so far that you won't land on the upcoming platform. Okay, so you don't have any problems. 720p is also working fine for Hobo with the Computer 77. No problem, Ashen. Okay, that was Act 2. Do I want to do Act 4? Because I'm pretty comfortable with that. But I do Act 4 sometimes. Let's go ahead and do Act 4. Whoa! The height on that jump. Where did that come from? It's never happened before. That part was a little sloppy. Woo. This is a pretty sloppy Act 4. I don't know why I did that. A Sonic Heroes re-release on Steam? Count me in. If that were to happen though. I don't see it happening, but you never know. All these re-releases of Sonic Adventure, and then they finally re-released Sonic Adventure 2. The Heroes, I don't know, maybe. It wouldn't hurt in my opinion. But that's all up to them. Hello, Nine Hammer Anims, how are you today? Do I think Sonic Colors Wii has a beta level? I don't think it does. Feel like if it did, it would have been figured out by now, especially with, emulation and all that stuff. I would figure somebody looked into it. The thing returned to 360p. Were you in 720 prior to that? Cause yes, I want to know any issues that come up while streaming, so I can get an idea of where YouTube stands in terms of its new live streaming platform. If you reset the stream, it starts from the beginning. Okay. I have a question.
Next stop, the Aquarium Park. This underwater attraction is the perfect place to commune with sea life. And hopefully,
if you have a Dazzle HD, does the Dazzle come with recording software? If it does, then I would assume you have to use that to get the audio, unless you can find another workaround. Otherwise, it would probably be some audio setting that you have in your recording software that um isn't properly selected.
And hopefully get chummy with a shark.
Hello, Super Pro.
Next stop, the Aquarium Park. This underwater attraction is next stop.
No, this is currently my second. I would probably put this as, yeah, my second favorite Sonic game, but my favorite Sonic game is Sonic Heroes.
Chummy with a shark. Next stop, the
Asteroid Coaster.
Next stop,
You know what? Just for the heck of it, I'll go ahead and practice Act 6. I don't know why I keep practicing this one, but I feel like I really have this one down, except for one part, but I don't know, that's generally just me derping when I mess that up. Not it actually being hard. But I'll run through this just to make sure.
the mighty ocean. In the unlikely event of an emergency,
Whoa, that was a... Whoa. Okay, not liking the way this looks right now. Alright, we're going for backup strats, I guess. And we died anyway. Yeah. That was looking sloppy to begin with. Okay, let's do it correctly this time. There we go. Now what should happen is I shouldn't have to grab the pulley. Like so. Jump. Whoa. Okay, that was a nice save. Now that I have this, boost jump, make our way over this invisible wall. Am I watching WrestleMania tonight? I actually might. I know that my brother still actively watches wrestling, and although I don't watch it as much as I used to back in the day, I do try to catch the major things, and the major thing would be WrestleMania. So more than likely I will be watching WrestleMania tonight. I think Rock and Cena are facing each other again. Even though it was like last WrestleMania, that was supposed to be a once in a lifetime event or something. But whatever. Also, thank you, Ashan, for the testing 240p and 480p. Okay, that's out of the way. Now let's head over to this place. Generally, I test 1 in 6, so let's do that. Shortcut number 1. Nice. Whoa, I didn't have a boost. But that's why I always hit this checkpoint just in case. I used to skip over that when I was first doing this, but I don't for reasons like that, pretty much. Better to be safe than sorry. Whoa. Alright, we boost over all of this. I'm gonna use Frenzy this time to conserve what little boost I have. Okay. And that's enough to allow me to boost to the end after hitting 2. Cool. Hello, Trayvon Sykes. Just playing some colors, testing out this new YouTube live streaming platform. Seeing how that's going. Alright, now this one, Asteroid Coaster Act 6. You've never seen this one before, it will blow your mind. Will I stream Unleashed again? I don't really see myself streaming much Unleashed unless I get into speed running it, and that doesn't seem too likely. Or if I race somebody in it, but that's about in the same boat as speed running it. So maybe I should adopt the habit of speed running multiple games at once. But I generally like focusing it on one game. That could change over time though, because currently I'm speed running Heroes, or rather I'm about to. That should start up sometime this week. Nice. We are out of bounds. And now it's a race against the clock. We are in 3D. Grab Frenzy, make our way around, stomp, boost, transform, jump. We break out of bounds again, work our way around the acid, like so. Skip the mini boss fight as we work our way down to the elusive gold ring. Wow. Wow. My favorite break in the game. Also, hello. Whoa. I want to say that's DarkspinesSonic. I might have pronounced that wrong, but that's what I'm seeing. Welcome to the chat. And yeah, from what I'm seeing, YouTube chat is being pretty bad, which is one of the reasons why I stopped streaming for a while. But yeah, I'm keeping tabs of everything that isn't working too well. So right now I'm hearing about encoding issues in chat for the most part. Alright, that's pretty much it. Okay, so that's everything. Alright, so now what I'm going to do for everybody is I'm going to do a no reset run of Egg Shuttle. And then after that, I will cut the stream, look back at this, make sure there are no problems, take into account all of these issues that everyone is bringing up. And pretty much after that, I'll make my decision about whether I want to keep streaming on YouTube or not. But yeah, the YouTube chat seems to be lagging a lot, and I'm not very fond of that. Alright, I got an idea. I'm gonna actually do one more level, but I can get an idea of how badly the YouTube chat is lagging. Okay. I want someone to say hashtag boneless, and I'll let you know when I see it. Alright, go. Somebody type that. Do, 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 do. Still don't see it. That's quite the lag. Okay, now I finally see it. So, there you go. That's how much the chat is lagging for me, people. I assume it's the same for everyone else as well. I don't know about you, but that is pretty bad. If you didn't understand what I said, that's fine. We got some people in the chat who did understand it. But yeah, the lag is pretty bad. But I will do one egg shuttle run, no resets. That pretty much means I'm running through this. Doesn't matter what happens. Like, if I derp to the point where it takes me 70 minutes to finish, then it just takes me 70 minutes to finish. I will go through the entirety of egg shuttle. However, it should be sub 50. Like, generally, or rather I should say lately, I've been getting like 45 something in my runs. We'll see how it all pans out though. But yeah, YouTube is still apparently in the I should say beta phase of live streaming. Apparently they're still not all the way there yet to their finished product, I should say. So I guess I can cut them a little bit of slack. But I am pretty interested in seeing how everything will be when they completely finish. Though I'm not too sure when that will be. I'll just have to keep my eye on it. But it is nice to see that they are trying to implement new things and work on any issues they're currently having. That was a really sloppy rail section. Nice. Got both of the boost capsules. Whoa, I almost didn't make that. That was a little scary. Yes, they did indeed start this live streaming thing about at least a year ago. Yes, it was at least a year ago. Pretty sure it was a bit more than that though. Cause the first stream I ever watched on YouTube was from like, I think his name was I Bite Pretty Hard. Oh, that is bad. Oh, it was right before a checkpoint. No biggie. But yeah, he was a like rock band drummer, I believe. And I'm pretty sure that was like 3 years ago or something. Oh snap. Backup stretch. Alright, cool. I didn't realize I lacked a laser for a second there. But I don't know, I guess it's kind of like a priorities type of thing, because you know YouTube is home to VODs and things of that nature, so if problems arise in that area, that needs to be taken care of before, you know, the whole live streaming thing gets taken care of. Sub 12. That's what I like to see. This ball should be free. Whoa. Okay. That was a little scary. Oh snap, I didn't get a boost. Alright, hopefully I can do this right and grab it when it shows up. Okay, cool. Boost is very important when you're doing the egg shuttle run because it carries over in every level. So by keeping your boost when going into certain levels, you can get a nice start or make pretty much the whole first half of the level easier because you'll have boost to spare. But yeah, boost management is very important in Sonic Colors, and even more so important in Egg Shuttle. Poker time. I wouldn't be surprised. Cool. Got the ramp skip. Jump off this ramp, do one trick. That's all that's needed. Nice little time saver. Gonna hang on to as much of this boost as we can. Yeah, that's a nice chunk of boost that I have left over. Laggiest section in the game right there. You won't be seeing too much of that. I didn't get bopped right there. Oh wow, and it actually happened. That is lovely. Alright, I'm gonna go for this ramp jump. I might mess it up. Nice! That was looking really bad and I saved it. Got a sub 1, that's decent. Alright, here we go. First big break. Let's see if I can get this. Oh, that's not good. Yeah, I couldn't save it either. Well, I know what I did wrong. That is the result of not going to the foreground enough. In other words, you're too far into the background that you miss it on the way down. Unfortunate, but it happens. Got take 2. There we go. Got a nice angle, so I should be able to drop right on it. Nice. Now, if I was attempting to break my record, then that would have definitely been a reset. But we're doing a no reset run here. So you gotta let it rock. Keep it going. It's a good amount of boost. Should be fine through this section. Yeah. Nice. Alright, we can start this off with boost. Oh snap. Get more boost from that. Get the loop skip. Let's get this big jump. Whoa. That is not what I wanted. Oh snap. This is really sloppy. I'm gonna go ahead and burn it so I can run through this loop a little bit faster. That was a really nasty time right there. That can usually be sub 30. Let's see if we can get a good boss fight. Good first phase. All according to plan. hits twice. Get drilled. Nice. We got a good second phase. And he's done. I agree, DJ4 Mickey. It is mad laggy. The amount of lag in this chat. Also, thank you, Yoshi D64, for the compliment. Now, I was burning some of my boosts back there because for the beginning of Starlight Carnival Act 1, you do not want to have any boost whatsoever. That's because air dashing is faster than anything else in the first section. So, you can only air dash when you don't have boost. Like so. And we will not be seeing the shortcut for Starlight Carnival because I hit the dash hoop and that automates you. So if you ever wonder why I did the air boost at the beginning, that is why. Couldn't get the home attack. Alrighty, now we're back on track. And yes, if I was doing world record attempts, that would unfortunately be another reset. I feel like this is one of the places where I lose a lot of my runs at. Also, why am I boosting? I looked into this the other day and I found out that boosting actually doesn't make you go faster in this section. So that's good news for me. I don't have to worry about the luck. I just gotta worry about, you know, not dying because they can do stuff like that. Basically, I use boost for safety reasons in this section now. Alright, and I got a nice chunk of boost for the next section, so I'm happy. Whoa, that was weird. They used up more boost than I would have liked to. Oh wait, I almost forgot I need to slide at the end of this. Hold up. I'm trying to read chat and play this. This is not one of the best games to do that with, unfortunately. But I try my best. Okay, I saw somebody say something about a 100% playthrough. Oh, you mean will I ever do like more or less casual play through a game? I don't know. I might do that in the future as well, but right now I'm more focused on speed running than casual playthroughs, but we'll see in the future. And the whole Sonic Adventure 2 thing was more so because of the HD re-release. I'm gonna try to do a playthrough of the new Sonic games when they come out, just to more or less share my experience with everyone else. So yeah, you will more than likely see that when a new Sonic comes out. I still am a little upset with what happened with ASRT. ASRT being All Stars Racing Transformed, because I did do a live stream of that one. However, it turned out to be really messed up on YouTube after I finished streaming, and I wasn't really pleased with that. which is another reason why I stopped streaming at one point on YouTube anyway. But I'm giving them another chance. I actually don't have anything planned for a 600th video. I should start thinking of something. Oh, that was slow. Gonna have to go this way. Nice. Take the hit, but we stay up here. All according to plan. We jump at the first set, the second robot. Speed got slowed down a bit. Whoa, that's not good. Okay, cool. That section is always a little rough. The only Crash Bandicoot game I've really thought about maybe jumping into speedrunning is Crash Bandicoot 3. And that's more so because that's my favorite one to play. But I actually don't know too much about Crash speedrunning. I've only seen a speedrun of Crash Bandicoot 100% one time. But yeah, I haven't seen too much Crash speedrunning. Well, outside, I should say outside of CTR. I have seen speedruns of that. Whoa. I'm gonna actually need that hover, Sonic. Thank you. Okay, let's go for the kills. Nice, nice. That is exactly what I want to happen there, and it looks really nice when I pull it off. What are my views on the handheld Sonic games? I'm gonna assume you mean like Advanced and Rush. I'm not sure if you're going back as far as like the Game Gear titles or whatnot. Let me get to a good part. Okay. But yeah, like the way I feel about the oh snap. Okay, but yeah, the way I feel about okay, let's try this again. The way I feel about the handheld titles is I had fun when I played them, but I don't enjoy them quite as much as the console titles that have been released. I'll pretty much just leave it at that. Where's the timer for the speed run? The timer is in game. This is one of those games where when you're talking about official sites like SDA and whatnot, game time is actually used for this one. Okay, got laser. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and a laser. So generally when I'm doing world record attempts, I do have the timer up and my splits kind of to give like the viewers an idea of how I'm doing in the current run. But usually when I'm just doing a no reset run, things of that nature, I tend to not have a timer up or anything like that and just play through it. Because at the end, what I usually do is, well, I mean, obviously I'll be able to show off the final time for game time, but I usually try to think of what happened in the run and give a breakdown of like why I got the time, what I could have improved on, things of that nature. Because it's good to know where you messed up at, so you'll be able to know kind of like what should you go back to next time, what should you practice, what should you look into. Because it's really good to know where you went wrong, especially when it comes to speed running. Otherwise you will find it difficult to actually improve. I tried the style and that's what I get. I should have played that one safe. But yeah, like I was trying to save 3 seconds and I ended up losing about 26, I think. But yeah, it's a really high risk strategy that you can do here. That really isn't worth the risk, but I do try to go for it sometimes, especially in these kind of runs. Whoa, that's not good. Okay, we're gonna have to slow this down a bit. Okay, now I can just home attack up here. Cool. Whoa, that's supposed to be a homing attack, not a boost. Ah, okay, so you were talking about advanced generation. I kind of like the Sonic games to have multiple stories instead of just one. Cause like the way I see it, it's kind of like each character is telling the story from their perspective. One great example would be, well, Sonic Adventure, obviously. You have 7 stories. Well, 7 including the last one. But yeah, I should say technically it's 6 and then a final. Yeah, I'll say it that way. But it's kind of like, even though Sonic and Tails are together in the story for the most part, you can see like a variance in dialogue and what happens, things like that. So I kind of feel like it's the character telling the story from their perspective. Oh, I got the skip. That's the first time I've gotten that skip in the egg shuttle run. Usually that goes horribly wrong. Alright, let's go for the style strats here. Got it. It always looks nice when I get that part. Whoa, boost. There we go. I'm gonna get the sub 50. Really nice. That's crazy. Do I like the new Sonic games? I definitely like the new Sonic games. I still haven't got a chance to play Sonic Generations on the 3DS though, because I lack a 3DS, but I did play Generations on the console version. I really like that. Colors. Well, you can see I'm still playing Colors. I've even been speed running this one. But yeah, I do like the new Sonic titles. Skip that. Lovely. So now I can do this. Lovely. Okay. I thought I was gonna miss the gold ring. Yeah, but I really do like the multiple stories aspect. Would I like to see a reboot of the Sonic series? I definitely would not like to see a reboot, because I fear that it'll go in the wrong direction if that happens. Not to say that the way the Sonic story and characters and all that is perfect now, but I honestly don't think he needs a reboot. Definitely doesn't need a reboot, especially when it seems like lately I don't want to say they've been going on the right track, but they've been getting a lot more approval than what they've been releasing in the past. So I definitely don't see the need for a reboot at this stage of the game. Whoa. Okay, that was scary. Didn't home attack. Do I watch anime? I currently do not watch any anime whatsoever. I hear about anime all the time, but never got into it. What do I think about first-person shooters like COD? The way I kind of see it, to each their own. That's honestly how I feel about it. Like, personally, I do have fun when I play first-person shooters. That's not to say that they're the best around or they're the worst. It's all based on general preference. Like, I'll play a Sonic game over a first-person shooter game any day of the week. But that's not to say that first-person shooters are bad, per se. That's because I just much rather play a Sonic game. It's all in preference. Always like doing this part. Oh, we got the extra flip for some style. That final flip I don't usually do, but sometimes I'll do it because if you mess up that rail switch, you will get bodied. Oh, we're going for the frame perfect kill. Say good night. Okay, I want to grab that boost. Almost got both of them. Only managed to get one though. That's fine. It's not like I needed both of them. I got plenty of boost. Max bar even. And my favorite zone in the game, Aquarium Park. Custom made strategy right here. Puts you right at the top. Every time. Oh snap, I did not want to hit that. That slowed me down a bit. Got plenty of boost to go around. Let's burn that. A respectable 108. Lovely. What's my favorite handheld Sonic? I actually never really thought about that, but if I had to say one right now, it would be Sonic Advance 3. I like the whole team system in that and whatnot. How did I get so good? Practice. Practice makes perfect, or close to it. That's really all I did. I practiced a lot at this game and got to the level that you see now. And even now there's still room for improvement. Though I'm very satisfied with the level of consistency that I have now in this game. But there's always room for improvement. But yep, that's pretty much all it boils down to. Practice, dedication, motivation. You got all that, you can achieve pretty much anything. Overshot that a little bit. Nice. Like generally when it comes to speed running and whatnot, it gets to the point where if you practice enough, it's kind of like, I wouldn't say autopilot, but pretty close to it. Like a lot of these things, I generally don't have to think too hard about doing. Kind of just like embedded into my memory what to do. And when I say memory, I mean like muscle memory as well as just what's up there in the brain. Oh, I only got one. I'm gonna have to wait this out then. I can't boost through the entire thing, because if I continue to boost, then I won't be able to escape his punches for the second section, like so. And now I'm gonna burn all of this boost because Act 5 is a lot of platforming, and my whole strategy is based off of not having boost. So we're good. Yes, the speedrun uses in-game time. Oh, I saw some questions, but I'm gonna have to actually go through this first. This requires my concentration. Nice. Oh, the rail switch thing in Sonic Heroes. That's simple. Basically, when you hold the B button when you're on a rail in Sonic Heroes, you accelerate. So you basically just hold the B button and switch between speed and power, because that eliminates the delay between what I want to say, before you can get another boost. That's why I switch between them. That's the only reason. It's pretty much like being able to spam the B button but actually get a boost. Think of it that way. The belly flop speed trick is really simple actually. All you do is belly flop. Well, you have to be in the air to belly flop. So yeah, all you do is jump in the air and have your formation change set so that when you land, you will switch to your speed character. And then once the belly flop hits the ground, you will automatically do the trick. It's that simple. So basically all you need to do is have speed set in the air and then do a belly flop. And when you land, you will get that nice boost of speed from the belly flop. Whoa, I actually need this, thank you. Let's not die. I still died. And that's basically what happens in that section if you rush it. Like, basically once my original plan got interrupted, I should have played that one really safe. There we go. See, that's what's supposed to happen when everything goes according to plan. let's do this. Oh, and I have like a speck of boost left over. Cool. Okay, I don't like this camera. Okay, there we go. Whoa, that's better. Do I play fan games like Sonic FGX? I'm actually not familiar with Sonic FGX, but yes, I do play. Well, I'll say it this way: I played Sonic fan games a lot back in the day. That was more so because I never owned a Dreamcast, so I was never able to get certain Sonic games. And yeah, I ended up playing a lot of Sonic fan games back then. I don't play them as much as I used to. One of my personal favorites is SRB2. If you haven't heard of that one, it's actually a 3D Sonic fan game. And I was playing that game since they only had like 3 levels for a demo. Those were good times. But I did end up playing the final version as well. That game came a very long way. The belly block technique can definitely be used for Vector as well in Team Chaotix. Works exactly the same way. Do I think this game is better than Sonic Generations? I can't really say whether it's better than Generations. I can tell you that I enjoy it a lot more than Generations though. One thing that really irks me about Generations is the way they handle Super Sonic, or Yellow Sonic as I call them. Because Yellow Sonic was pretty much a huge turnoff in Sonic Generations. Especially considering how they handled Super Sonic in colors. But I don't know. Like, the only thing... Oh, snap. Yeah. That's what happens if I rush that. That was not a proper setup. But yeah, especially with the way they handle Super Sonic in this game, they really handle Super Sonic well, because Super Sonic can actually compete with normal Sonic despite his inability to use the Wisp power-ups in this game. Whereas in Generations, you pretty much struggle to keep his super form. And even then, Sonic with skills is faster than Super Sonic, and that definitely shouldn't be the case in my opinion. Oh, they're about to add new stuff in SRB2. I am intrigued. Do tell. There we go. That's how that section is supposed to go. That was a nice section. Alright, now, in this next level, there is a skip that I generally don't go for because I'm not too consistent at it. And in addition to that, it only saves about 4 seconds if you do everything right. But I'm going to see if I can show it off for everyone. Not enough height. I'll give it one more go. If I don't get it, I will just move on. Also not enough height. So yeah, let's just go back. Gonna do this the normal way.
The flagpole parade starts in 5 minutes.
But yeah, granted I would have got more height, I would have ended up here. But then I would have to go down there and grab that boost. Because if you do the trick but don't grab the boost, what'll end up happening is the regular route will catch up to you due to the fact that you grab boost on the normal route from an enemy. You do not if you do the trick. Whoa, I'm not supposed to use boost there. Whoa, that was not a good boost at all. Alright, cool. Did I ever watch Sonic X? I watched the first season of Sonic X, and then I kind of like watched bits and pieces of what else came out, and that was generally because I wasn't waking up early enough to see it. But I really do need to go back and finish watching Sonic X, to be honest, because I did enjoy what I saw for the most part. I'll say it that way, for the most part. Such a difficult level right here. Running around in a circle, jumping for speed. I really don't want to boost, but I don't want to get hurt either. Okay, cool. I didn't get the ball through, so I'm gonna have to get hurt again. Grab laser, we go up. Get that slam bonus. Alright, so here we go. In Act 6, we have an Egg Shuttle exclusive shortcut because you need boost in order to make this happen. Let's see if I can get it. Nice. I almost missed that. That is actually a really tricky shortcut because you can only practice it in the Egg Shuttle due to the fact, you know, you need boost. That's one thing that makes it difficult. And the fact that it's so far into the run means that you don't encounter it too often. In addition to that, when you boost, you have to make a judgment call. You have to determine whether you need to keep going straight, go to the left, or go to the right. For example, in that one I had to move to the right, and luckily I did. And due to the fact that I moved to the right, I was able to make it to the rainbow rings and survive. Alright, it's crazy time. See if I can do this. Nice. We are out of bounds. Time is ticking. We are good though. We break out of bounds. Go around the acid. Everybody say hi to the mini boss. And there it is. The gold ring. Six hits, and that gives us a rocket. Like that. Hit it one more time, that'll make it teleport. Next you have to avoid the asteroids, and there's 6 of those. Whoa. Okay. Rocket up. Spam that stump button, because you have to hit it on the way down. And I'm technically done. You have 2 options now. You can either hold back or hold nothing, and the boss will basically kill itself. Like so. And this is actually a really easy trick to do. For those of you who actually have this game and haven't tried that trick out, I'm pretty sure you can get it first try. Extremely easy to do. Do I like the idea of boost? My whole take on boost is it's kind of like I'm alright with boost. It's just kind of like if they're gonna leave it in their games, don't make it so that you constantly have it. Like basically the way I feel about it is Colors handled it pretty well. There has to be some sort of boost management that's expected from the player, not just, oh, I have boost, I can use it because I know I'm gonna get a ton of boost later. Like Unleashed is a perfect example of bad implementation of boost in my opinion, because in that game boost is pretty much thrown at you. Even if you have a level 1 boost meter, you're not gonna be running out of boost anytime soon in that game. Generations didn't seem to be quite as bad as Unleashed, but at the same time it wasn't as conservative as Colors was. But yeah, the topic of boost altogether is really debatable. Some people hate it, some people love it, and some people are like in the middle. It could go either way. I'd say I'm pretty much in the middle. I do miss my good old-fashioned spin dash, which is pretty much what boost replaced. Okay, I should be fine as long as I keep taking out these enemies. I shouldn't run out of boost. We'll see what happens though. It's always scary if you run out of boost on this one. Yeah, I'm good. Nice. 206.69. Hello, Kevin Ruiz. How are you today? But yeah, for the people who are against boost, I can definitely see the reasoning behind it. It's kind of like, I don't know, to an extent the speed that you get in these games should be earned to an extent. It's kind of like, okay, if you have boost, press this button and you're rewarded with maximum speed in an instant. So it's kind of like, oh, I ran into this enemy, or oh, I got stopped here, and oh wait, I can just press this button, I'm back at max speed. Spin dashing kind of, well, no, I can't say it's the same thing. It's similar, and well, I'll put it this way: the only true similarity about spin dash when compared to boost is the fact that they both get you up to speed really quick. The thing about spin dash though, at least as far as the classic ones were concerned, and to an extent the more modern Sonic type games, I'm speaking of Sonic Adventure and Sonic Adventure 2 was that although it gave you the speed, it limited you in what you could do. Versus Boost, where it's like you get max speed and you can do anything you would have done without having max speed. Because Spin Dash can put you in a pretty bad situation if not used properly. But I don't know, it's a toss up. Some people love it, some people hate it. I think currently though the majority like it, which is why Sonic Team is still running with it. I am doing great, Kevin. Thank you for asking. But yeah, Pokemon actually brought up a really good point. Boost probably does have quite a bit of influence on the level design. One of the things, if you haven't really noticed, with Sonic games currently, is that they seem to be really focused on raw speed and less more so on level design and even platforming to an extent, which is what Sonic games are supposed to be. They're supposed to be platformers. And Boost kind of does influence that decision, if not completely, but I don't think it completely does. And yeah, boosting there does make the game lag, which is why if you're concerned with real time, you definitely don't want to do that. But yeah, at the end of the day, speed should be a reward, not something that's just thrown at you. What do I wish the next main Sonic game would have / be? That is a really tough one for me to answer. I honestly couldn't tell you. From what I'm seeing, they're gonna follow the same formula in terms of like gameplay mechanics. But as for what new ideas they could possibly do, I don't know. But yeah, see, I got a time of 46, 50, 70, which could definitely use some improvement. For reference, my personal best is 43, 54, 88 for in-game time. But definitely not a bad time considering this was a first run and it was no reset. When you take that into the equation. And like, I can lightly go over what happened in the run. Let me look at these times. Stage 3 was a really big mess up. I died right after a checkpoint and lost some time, and I also lost my laser wisp, so I had to use a backup strat. Because I didn't even realize I lost my laser at one point, or rather the point where I was supposed to use it. But luckily I remembered the layout of the stage and knew that there was a laser wisp right behind me, so I just snagged that and finished the level. Let's see. Sweet Mountain. Did anything go wrong there? Let's see, what was stage 4? Oh, right, stage 4. Stage 4, I died on my first attempt at grabbing the laser wisp, so I lost about 22 seconds there. Everything else was fine as far as I know. Oh, Act 6 was also a little shaky. I lost about 7-8 seconds there. Starlight Carnival, I did not get the shortcut at the beginning, so I lost about 20 to 25 seconds there. Everything else was fine for the most part. Yeah, no glaring mistakes after that. Just small things. Planet Wisp. Obviously the depth in stage 1, where I was trying to pretty much show off, and I paid for it. But other than that, I think everything was fine. I did get hit on stage 6 while attempting the shortcut. However, I didn't die, which is always a huge plus. Aquarium Park. Really nice stage 1. There was a depth in Act 6, which for whatever reason happens like 50% of the time when I do this. Just seems to like kind of happen. Asteroid Coaster, I missed the shortcut in stage 1 and had to take the normal route because of that, and that is actually a really detrimental fail right there, because if you mess up that shortcut, you can lose upwards to, I don't know, 30 to 40 seconds. Though the shortcut isn't that bad, I rarely mess it up. This was one of those rare occasions where I did mess it up though. Stage 2, I tried to show off the shortcut at the beginning that I generally don't do in egg shuttle runs, but I did try to attempt to show it off. But I paid for that one as well. Lost about 30 seconds altogether. 30 seconds-ish, something like that. Everything else went fine. Especially stage 6. Stage 6 went wonderfully. Especially considering the break and everything. And terminal velocity, like usual, everything was fine in that one. So that was pretty much a breakdown of where I messed up at, where I didn't mess up at, things like that. So I'll do a few more things before I cut stream. I messed up this shortcut the first time, so I'm gonna revisit this and see if I can get it. Coolio. Alright, yeah, so I'm good. I also missed the Starlight Carnival Act 1 shortcut, which unfortunately I couldn't get a second chance to show off in the run. So I'll see if I can get this one again. Okay, so I skipped the trigger. See, that's where I messed up the first time, or rather, in the egg shuttle run. I didn't skip that. That's the second skip. Whoa, that was a horrible angle. Oh, snap, I still made it. Lovely. But yeah, that allows you to skip the entire 2D section that comes up right there, but it's pretty difficult to do. The top score that I had, I got that, like, I don't know, that was quite a while ago. That was like close to when the game first got released. 'Cause it's not too bad to get maxed out score in Egg Shuttle. But yeah, to Cybersonic Stars. All I really expect from the new Sonic game is that it'll be an enjoyable experience. That's all I really want. Like, it's a bunch of different approaches they can take, as you've seen in the future. Some of them were, I'll say, generally unapproved by the community, and some of them received praise from the community. I mean, I personally liked all of the Sonic games I've played, but I'm just hoping that whatever they release will be generally accepted by the majority of the Sonic fan base, because I actually want Sonic to be I should say, a success in this day and age, because I really don't want to see him go anywhere. I pretty much grew up on playing Sonic games, and I would hate to see his downfall. I mean, with the current trend, more people seem to be approving of Sonic, which is a good thing, but I hope it stays that way. Mario has been staying afloat, definitely. Not too many problems in his department, at least from, you know, reviews and whatnot, and sales, things of that nature. But I'm hoping Sonic stays on the up and coming. Hello, faux show, yup. And yes, you can stream on YouTube if you are a YouTube partner. And I think they even got some other feature if you're not a partner. It's like Google Hangout or something. Though I haven't really looked into that one since I actually am a YouTube partner. But yeah, I'm pretty sure all YouTube users can stream now. It's just there's a streaming setup for partners, and then there's a streaming setup for those who aren't partnered. Yeah, YouTube has been doing streaming for a few years now, making slow but steady progress, I could say, maybe. But yeah, this is another shortcut that I didn't get in the egg shuttle run, so I'm gonna see if I can nail this one real quick. Now with proper setup, this is actually a really easy one, but in my runs I kind of like try to rush it a little bit. I still set up to an extent. Yeah, there we go. Nice. That's basically what I want to happen. Alright, so we're good in that department. One other thing I attempted to go for was Act 2, though I generally don't go for this in egg shuttle runs, but I'll show it off for everybody. Whoa, I did not want to go that far. Oh wow, everything is messed up now. I can't even get good timing. Yeah. You definitely do not want to hit that frenzy on the return, because there's a specific timing where you want to turn around, and that gets messed up if you have too much meter. Let's see if I get it this time. Not enough height. It seems like every day when I come back to this, I forget exactly what I'm supposed to do. Not enough height. Because if you home and attack the bottom spring, you will hit a wall. So it has to be the top one, and that's pretty much why I'm not doing a home and attack. Actually, if I don't go high enough this time, I'll show you what happens. Just of the demonstration. That's what happens. But yeah, that's why you don't see me home and attacking unless I get enough height to hit the top one. Almost, not quite. But yeah, the main reason why I don't go for this in egg shuttle runs is, I wouldn't say it's random, it just seems somewhat difficult to do, and it only saves about 4 seconds, maybe 5 if you do everything perfectly. And egg shuttle definitely has not gotten to that point of optimization. Yes, I don't even know what I'm doing wrong right now. seems like it doesn't want to work. Still not enough height. Maybe I'm jumping too late. That's all I can think of. There we go. Sorry about that, peoples. I had to take a call. If you were wondering why I was just sitting there and that was going on. But yeah, it's weird. It's like some days I'll do this and get it like 5 times in a row. Then the next day, absolutely nothing. I don't get it. Yeah, I think it's something like really specific with the jump itself that causes you to get a bunch of height. Oh, wait. Hold up. There is one other thing I want to try. There was one idea I remember. That was enough height. Alright, let's try that one more time. Not enough height. One day I'm gonna actually run this in Dolphin so I can get a better understanding of what's going on. That'll really help me. It's hard to get an idea of what's going on when I gotta do this in real time. Ew. But yeah, anyway. Let's move on to yeah, I'll end it with this. We're gonna do Act 6 one more time and then I'm gonna close down the stream. Because this is my favorite break. Alright, work our way up to the top. Whoa, that's better. Break out of bounds. Nice. We wait. Start going up. fall down, grab the wisp, jump around, stomp, boost, activate, break out of bounds once again, or around the acid because we don't want to die. We say hello to the mini boss because we'll be skipping him. And gold ring. Lovely. Could I play a level as Supersonic? Indeed I can. And to CW Tennis, the reason why I'm streaming on YouTube is because I wanted to get an idea of how much they've improved in their live streaming, and I kind of have an idea of how they're doing currently based on what I've seen people say and things of that nature. While I'm on that subject and I'm running through a level as Supersonic, I want everybody, if you feel like it, you don't have to, but I would really appreciate it, just kind of like post your thoughts on the whole live streaming experience that you've been through on YouTube. Like, do you feel like the chat isn't that good? Is the stream quality fine? Did you have any problems with the stream? Things of that nature. Because I want to see what kind of experience the viewers are getting. That's what I really care about. That's one of the reasons why I actually haven't been streaming on YouTube too much that lately. Because I feel like they still have a few things they need to work on before I consider making that full transition to YouTube, if I'm ever gonna make it. I think one of the biggest things is the chat, because there seems to be quite a delay in the chat room, and I really don't like that. It makes it harder for me to effectively communicate with everybody that's in here. That's just how I feel. Also to Hologun, I pretty much find things like this from, you know, messing around, trying things out, random play. Just like that trick that I found in Asteroid Coaster, I found that completely on accident, because what happened was when I was in the section with the spring poles, I did a boost and a stump, but I didn't mean to like keep falling down. But what ended up happening was I got pushed out of bounds when I did that, and everything I found after that pretty much branched from that. So I mean, basically when you're trying to find things in video games, it's like a lot of things you can take into consideration. Like having a deep understanding of the game really helps in finding glitches. For example, knowing how the laser operates, because in 2D you can only operate the laser up and down. In 3D you can operate it left and right. However, I knew the fact that you could angle the laser up and down in 3D based off what you're standing on. If you're standing on an incline, then the laser is going to be shot at an incline. That's how I came out with the more consistent strategy that's also faster for Sweet Mountain Act 4. That's an example of how knowledge of a game can help you in discovering glitches and techniques and things of that nature. But the other thing is just play around in the game, do random stuff. You might run into something, and then once you run into something, you can try to expand on that idea, which is basically what I was doing in Asteroid Coaster Act 6. Like, when I broke out of bounds the first time, I didn't just stop there and say, wow, I can break out of bounds. I went from there and thought, what can I actually do with this? What can I do after I break out of bounds? So I progressed through the level without breaking back in until I got to the free fall section, where I noticed I did a free fall, but I was still in 2D. But then I thought, you know, maybe I can actually hit that 3D trigger if it's there. maybe I can do that without coming out of the water, etc., etc. I mean, it took me about, I think, 2 hours of crunch time to actually make it from breaking out of bounds to the goal ring in Asteroid Coaster Act 6. But in my opinion, it was really worth it. It's really entertaining for the viewers to see, and it really cuts down on the final time for Egg Shuttle. So it's nice all around. Am I going back to 06 after Colors? I don't really have any plans on going to 06 for a while. Like, for the most part, I didn't play too much 06 until Prax got a bit more serious about his 06 speed running. Primarily because I was trying to help him come up with like new strategies, something he could implement into his run to make the time get cut more. But when I did do that, I got back into doing a few more ILs, things of that nature. That usually does happen. But I really don't have too many plans on going back to 06 right now. If I ever do get my hands on the 360 version, that's definitely one of the games I would love to speedrun. Sonic Story of Sonic 06. I would really love to do a speedrun of that, but I refuse to do it on the PS3 version. Not only because of real-time differences, but because there's some small in-game differences as well that I'm not too fond of. But if one day I do happen to get my hands on the 360 version, then you can definitely expect a Sonic 06 speedrun of Sonic Story coming from me. And that's pretty much my whole take on that. I did not want to go to Act 3. I wanted to go to Act 1. That's one of the stages where you can activate Supersonic well, not the earliest, but pretty early. That's why I like Act 1 of Aquarium Park. Yes, David, I will definitely be doing more Sonic Heroes speed runs. In fact, I'm actually doing a full speed run of Team Rose's story, and I'm gonna actually start doing attempts of that probably starting this week actually, and that should be fun. So much power in Supersonic. Like, I love how much speed he gets, the amount of power he has, the mobility. Like, look at this. Navigating underwater is a cinch with Supersonic. Get a lot of height. You have a ton of speed. I'm actually gonna go this way. I'll grab this. More speed, more jump, and more power. Like, watch this. Like, look. I'm gonna just tap this box. Look at that. Look at all that power. It is ridiculous, but I love it. Lovely, lovely, lovely. But yeah, I mean, like, I'm still gonna be streaming on Twitch in the future, depending on how YouTube actually handles their, I'll say their streaming as a whole. Then I could definitely see myself streaming on YouTube more often. But I'd say my biggest concern is the chat and Yeah, it's pretty much the chat. It makes it so that it's a lot harder to interact with the viewers efficiently, and I really don't like that. Uh, I'm sure that they will be working on that in the future. I don't honestly know how long it'll take them to, you know, get chat up to that level. But who knows? I just know that it's been a really long time since I've done a YouTube stream, so I want to kind of get back in here, see what improvements they've made, things of that nature. Kind of get some insight from my viewers as well. Can I do videos with flight characters running solo and teammates following? I don't know. Like, I really don't see videos like that coming out anytime soon, but I'm not gonna put that out of the question either. I'll keep that in mind. Let's do it that way. Yes, Pokemon. That is also another reason why the whole setup thing needs to be a bit snappier, in my opinion. Like, Twitch is just open up XSplit, hit a button, and boom, I'm live. Whereas YouTube is a bit of a process before you're actually in there and ready to rock and roll. Yeah, I might even address some of these problems myself to see if they'll listen to the insight and whatnot. Because I'm not sure how much insight they're actually getting from it. I would assume that it's a lot of insight, but you never know. But yeah, to everybody who is watching, that's pretty much gonna conclude this stream. It felt pretty nice to jump back into the whole YouTube thing. I enjoyed this little stream, this little adventure. But to everybody in the stream, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed the show. Expect more videos from me in the future. More so from heroes than anything else, but got a nice variety going. Like, expect some more Unleashed Project S rank videos to come out as well. Might do some more colors videos. I feel like I can improve some of my ILs now, especially considering how much I was doing egg shuttle attempts. That really helped out in my ILs, but I never really went back and looked into them myself. And if you don't know, IL is an individual level, which is basically a time attack for like a single level. That's pretty much what an IL is, if you are unfamiliar with that terminology. But yeah, to everybody who was watching today, I greatly appreciate it, and I hope to see you again in the future. Thanks for watching, and peace out.